Hello, in this video, I would like to show you how to use a statistics calculator to do a regression analysis. For this problem, I have picked a list of two sets of numbers, which is the relationship between length of a pendulum and its period, which the length is given in centimeters and the period is given in seconds. I got these numbers from the instructions manual of TI-83 calculator. I have gone ahead and entered most of these numbers, but I'm going to show you how to enter last couple of numbers in each list. So I chose to enter the length of the pendulum in the X list, and I'm going to add the last two numbers, which were 37.6 at X, 41.5 at X, and for Y I had 1.28 at Y and 1.32 at Y. So after I did that, I'm going to press the icon on the top left, which looks like a grid, and this one takes me to my lists. So as you can see, it shows that X is assigned into L1 list and Y is assigned into L2 lists. I can expand each of these to see a statistics measure of each list individually. And so here I can see the first 10 numbers, but to see the full list of data, I can tap on the elements, and these are all the data that you originally saw in the table that I showed you. Okay, so let me go back. So as you saw, that was my X values and these are my Y values. So what I'm going to do is that in the bottom tab, I'm going to choose regression. So for regression, as you see, I have to pick one list for my X-axis and one list for my Y-axis. So for the X-axis, I'll go ahead and choose L1, which was the length, and then for the Y-axis, I go ahead and choose L2, which was time. So at this point, what I can do is that I can verify my elements. So if I tap on elements, it shows my elements in pairs. So these are the pair values of the length and time. And then if I tap on the graph, I have a few options. I can, for example, see the box and whisker plot for X and Y, but Y is so small with respect to X that it's hard to see it here. So if I go to scatter plot, this is basically the relationship between the length of a pendulum and the period. So the x-axis is the length and the y-axis is the period. So if I go back again, let me choose linear regression. So if I choose linear regression, on the top you see the equation for the regression, which is given as y equal to a plus bx, and a and b is calculated for me, as you can see, and also you can see the correlation coefficient, which is 0.989. Okay, so if I tap on the graph here, so these purple pixels, they show the data that we entered earlier, and the green line is the fit, basically the line that best fit this data. And then if I were to do predictions, meaning that, okay, in that table, I already saw that what's the period for these specific length of the pendulum. But let's say if I was interested in the period if the length of the pendulum was 50 centimeters. So I can go back here and choose 50 centimeters as the length. And as you can see, it shows 1.58 seconds as the period of the pendulum. And I can also go ahead and say, okay, what if I wanted to see what would be the length of the pendulum if the period was 2 seconds. So I can go ahead and enter 2 seconds for Y, and in this case it gives me 68 centimeters for the length of the pendulum. Let me go back. I'm going to show you another regression model, in this case power regression, which again, so this one here, the equation is different. It's Y is equal to A times X to the power of B. And again, A and B are calculated for me automatically. And if I look at the correlation coefficient, it's actually 0.998, which is closer to 1, which means this probably is a better fit for the given data. And in fact, if I go and look at the graph, it does show a slightly better fit based on the data that I have. I can also basically tap or drag my finger on the graph. This also serves as a way to do prediction, because, for example, if I look at this specific location, it means that if the length of the pendulum was 30, let's say 33, around 33 centimeters, then the period would be 1.2 seconds. Okay, I think this is it for this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can write in the comments about your question. If you want me to create videos on any other topic related to this calculator, please let me know. I also put the link on the App Store for how to download this calculator. Thank you.